Let's do something a little different today.
What's that?
Let's do some art.
You're a man of many talents.
I wouldn't go that far.
Huh?
Wait till you see the art.
All right. Hey there, it's DM's off. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you know when we upload new videos.
One of the most iconic images in Dungeons & Dragons is that of the Beholder.
I can't argue with that.
A beholder is an aberration, which basically means it's a Lovecraftian type of monster, cosmic horror, and all of that. The problem is that if you want to publish your own role-playing game, you cannot use it.
But you can use a dragon, a dryad, a goblin, a mermaid, but you can't use a beholder?
Not if you're publishing your own game. Obviously, you can use it in your own home stuff, but it's under copyright, so you can't write a book and put it in there and sell it to the public.
Well, that sucks.
Not really. I mean, you know how hard it is to come up with some stuff that's unique and purely yours.
I guess you're right. Yeah, okay.
So technically that's stealing, so we don't want to do that. Also, we can't use the word Dungeon Master because that's actually trademarked by Wizards of the Coast, but that would only be in reference to those that are running a role-playing game, not a dominatrix.
All right, yeah.
When the D&D 3.5 System Reference Document, or SRD, came out, the Beholder was one of the 11 monsters omitted from the SRD. Now, the SRD is the thing you reference for the open game license in regards to monster stats, rules, etc. for game publishers that are wanting to create their own things.
So explain that a little bit more.
In the case of the Beholder, it is original content because it was created by Terry Kuntz, designed for D&D, and statted by Gary Gygax. That combination made it original content and therefore able to be copywritten because it was published in their books.
Okay, I get it.
Now, I'm happy to say that I and many others have stepped away from D&D 5e in search of not necessarily greener pastures, but freedom. What Wizards of the Coast have been doing with the OGL debacle earlier this year, the Magic the Gathering crap where they sent the Pinkertons to the YouTuber's house to shake them down, just goes to show that they are the TTRPG community's money-grubbing enemy.
That just about sums it up right there. They're dicks, assholes. Pieces of shit, really.
And people are going to games like Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and they're going to find out real quick that Paizo is the same ilk of evil.
Ain't that the truth?
But I digress. So there are many of us that want to still play D&D, but not WotC's brand of D&D. So what do we do?
Well, you can buy any number of retro clones, 5e clones, etc., or use a combination of them. Or you make your own, which is what we've been doing, right?
That's right, but if you're making your own, it obviously takes a lot more time than just picking up a book, since it's just Zoth and I compiling this game to be something that we want to play.
Yeah, but we have the basis of Gary Gygax's D&D.
With some modern elements.
Yeah, and every day it becomes more and more the game that we want to play.
Yeah, totally custom.
I guess you could say it's a labor of love.
For sure. Now, in my home game, we have 3 very patient people that are playing weekly that are helping in the process of playtesting and developing. I'm throwing out crap I don't want in a D&D-like game.
And developing other things, right?
Yeah, but we probably will never be finished, so yeah. Because I love having different rules at different times. I see an idea and I want to implement it.
Me too.
So we're constantly tweaking the game.
All right, wait a second. What does this have to do with the picture that you're drawing?
Well, I think we can all agree that power corrupts, right?
Yeah.
And with great power comes great responsibility.
Okay, Spidey.
But Spider-Man does not exist. Neither does there exist a corporation that has not been corrupted. Period. Exclamation point.
All right, you gotta give me something to argue with here.
The only chance you have at having authenticity is with grassroots people. If you buy from WotC, you fuel the machine of corporate corruption.
But if you buy, say, Knave from Questing Beast, Deathbringer from Dungeon Craft, Pirate Borg from Lemithron, Index RPG or Easy D6 from Runehammer, or even stuff that Agranak Studios is developing, like our one-shot adventure, Dance of the Leprechaun.
More is coming on the way, by the way.
You are helping individuals and families.
And that is quite different. So I'm drawing this grotesque picture of a beholder, or is it a beholder?
Well, now I'm not sure.
This inspiration comes from Ed Big Daddy Roth and his creation, Fink.
His art is awesome.
When I was growing up, my dad was part of the pioneers of dirt bikers and custom car culture even before I was born. And my favorite was my dad's Ford Econoline from the 60s that was basically stolen from him. I really want to get one of those Ford Econolines. I'm kind of obsessed with it. But he also had a VW Beetle that he turned into a Baja. So with this custom culture that I was around at a very young age that would bring my dad and I to auto shops, mechanic shops, etc., I would see these awesome extreme pictures of oversized monsters driving these hot rods on t-shirts. It was awesome, if not frightening for me at such a young age.
Didn't Ed Big Daddy Roth create Fink as the antithesis to Mickey Mouse in the 1950s?
Yeah, the Disney Corporation that keeps showing its true colors, mind you, was in Ed's view in the 1950s, the evil, money-grubbing, over-polished, pristine corporation. So he created Fink as the answer to this overly sanitized culture of Disney.
Ed Roth and others were part of the counterculture of the time, and that was building custom cars.
Yeah, a do-it-yourself attitude that was not attached to the run-of-the-mill consumer products you could find on the street or on shelves. So in that spirit, I'm making this monster.
But you can't publish this, can you?
I most certainly can, because it's not a beholder.
What is it?
It's, abomination.
Nice.
We know that you cannot copyright concepts or mechanics.
But you can copyright original design.
By the way, I'm not a lawyer. But this is my Fink, as it were, which from my point of view is pretty much a big middle finger to Wizards of the Coast.
So what are you saying?
Wizards of the Coast is an evil, money-grubbing organization that does not have your best interest at heart. They want paywalls, microtransactions, brand loyalty out of you, and in their heart of hearts, they want to have morality clauses that make you conform to their image of purity, which is in and of itself evil.
Fuck yeah!
Currently, Zoth and I are creating the rat rod, quote-unquote, of RPGs.
Tell our viewers what a rat rod is.
A car that is completely and uniquely you. Sure, it has warts, may look rusted and busted, but is full of muscle and totally fucking badass, in my opinion.
Hell yeah!
People may disagree, but I don't give a shit. Woo! My game will be something that you, dear viewer, could create yourself, but you don't want to because you have better ideas than I do, which I believe is the spirit of the original Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah, the real spirit of D&D is do your own thing.
And WotC's D&D is do our thing. The more rules their books have, the more they train you to hold their hand.
The more you do your thing, the more you can do it your way, which I believe is the D&D way.
Fuck yeah. Alright, so I colored the picture too. Want to see it?
Do red dragons have wings?
Yes, they do.
Nice. Oh yeah. That is awesome.
We have some t-shirts and other merch with this image on it. The link is in the dungeon.
If you're a patron, you can download the art so you can print it and frame it at home or use it as a desktop background to remind yourself to do it your own way.
All right, that just about does it for us. Thank you for stopping by Agranak Studios, and we'll see you on the next one.
Later.
Cheers.
All right, do this and do that and do this and do that and watch this video.